Well, sorry. Why don't we talk about the end of 2024 with the top PS5 games, and then we'll say goodbye here, and we'll move on to
Big topic
2025.
number.
So, number four voted on the Push Square, which is a place where we get a lot of our news. Helldivers 2, Bronze Trophy. Gotta give it up to Helldivers 2. Big game of mine. And obviously, a lot of people feel the same way. It did win Multiplayer Game of the Year, so big shout out there. Silver Trophy goes to Stellar Blade. Shout out to that game, big in 2024. Obviously, all these characters, I know them, except why is she in there? She's barely in the game. Anyways, next trophy goes to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Again, I would 100% agree. Fantastic game. And it is a game that is more complete than any game that you will have played in the past 5 years. Like, the scope of the game is so massive. I would argue that it is bigger than Ghost of Tsushima with its DLC, which is something to be said. And then Platinum Trophy, of course, to Astrobot, getting it up there. So 15% of the vote. So big shout out to 2024. I think great year for PlayStation. Could have been more games, but the games they had, absolute quality.
I'd rather get the quality personally. Like, you've just named four exceptional games there. Two I've played, two are on my to play list. Um, all of them are quality. Nobody's got many bad things to say about them. I think the one that's had the most negative things that people say about it is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and that took the gold trophy. So, like, oh yeah, this is the most negative thing we've got to say about the gaming on PlayStation last year, and it's in second place. I think that sort of speaks to a level of quality that is being curated by a lot of the development houses producing games for the PlayStation at the moment. It's really good to see. I hope it continues, especially when we've got Ghost of Yotei coming in 2025 as well. I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but like, we know there's going to be quality there, and we can see it with some of the third-party releases that are coming as well, like Monster Hunter Wilds. I played the beta for that. It was incredible. Hope they've sorted out some of the resolution issues for launch, but they should have had plenty of time to do that. It just shows that when you've got a developer who cares, who wants to put that effort in, who wants to make it a quality release and experience, you get that better and quality release and experience that you so want and deserve as a player.
I would agree. So we definitely say goodbye to 2024. Lots of great experiences. Some notable mentions: Silent Hill 2, Black Myth Wukong, Metaphor Refantasio. You know what? I almost want to play the game because of that name, Refantasio.
No, no,
It's
no.
it's
You want to play it for the soundtrack. It's incredible. I've not played the game. I've just listened to the soundtrack. It's incredible. Like, get on it.
Oh, and big shout out to Stellar Blade Maker, just started playing it, and Forspoken. You know, I booted up Forspoken, and I will say, if you beaten the game and you were thinking about the DLC, right now the DLC is on sale for $5 Canadian. So if you're American, that's like 250, $3.
So
It's
that's
it's
like a
worth
50
taking a
pence piece here in the UK.
yeah. It's worth taking a look at if you wanted to expand your experience on Forspoken. But let's say goodbye to 2024, move on to 2025. We have our most anticipated game list coming out. And I mean, if you like Indiana Jones, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be excited for it on the PlayStation. Not, for instance, my big top one, only because I played Uncharted, and I will say that is a experience more geared towards my play style specifically, because I like that third person experience. I liked the speed, action, run and gun, the narrative, the story, like everything was aces on that one. So Indiana Jones' first person experience, Disneyfied, close to the movie. It's maybe not more geared towards me, but a lot of people are looking forward to it. So big shout out. It's coming next year. or this year?
I have been playing the game. I can say it is a good quality experience for a certain type of gamer. I don't think that's going to be you. I don't think it's going to be many people who liked Uncharted and hold that up as one of the pinnacles of gaming and the PlayStation Playhouse. But it is a good game. There's a lot to like about Indiana Jones, and having DualSense capabilities is going to accentuate and elevate that way beyond the experience that I've had on PC. So definitely one to look out for. For many people, though, I think it's probably going to be a sale game. So maybe Christmas time next year, the festive time next year, we might see a lot of Indiana Jones sales on PlayStation.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. We have okay. They have to have that song in the game, right? There has to be a
Um,
scene where you're like,
I
"Come
don't actually
on!"
remember it. I don't
No,
remember it.
there. Okay, I'm gonna talk to SPG. I know he's beating the game in the
I've
chat. There has to be a scene
I've
where
been
it's
going
like,
through a lot of
dun dun dun
footage.
dun. Yeah.
I've been going through a lot of footage to make a review for this game because I will have a review for Indie coming out soon enough. And I'm trying to think on it now, and I'm like, I don't actually remember. It's obviously like a John Williams sound. It's that soundtrack. It is the correct orchestral sound, the right sort of hints and notes and impact at the right time. I don't remember actually hearing the Indiana Jones theme unless it's in the credits, which I went and made a cup of tea during. So I may have missed that.
Oh,
But
could be
no,
in
I
the
don't think it's there
credits.
during gameplay.
That's crazy. Missed opportunity. Uh, Mafia, the old country, looking to be coming out this year. Hopefully, we'll see. It is definitely on an anticipated list, and the old country. Hopefully, it hits well. Death Stranding 2 on the beach is definitely highly
Yes.
anticipated. And we have, of
Jimmy-san.
course, the Ghost of Yotai up there, extremely high, very anticipated. A whopping 1,500 votes, 14% of everyone who voted. And then, obviously, who could argue Grand Theft Auto 6 is very anticipated by a lot of gamers. It is a large population of anyone who turns on a console. They go play GTA. So, big shout out to that game. And if anyone is wondering whether it's going to get delayed or not, Rockstar recently had an official report, a call, where they said that they are still on track for a 2025 release. So everyone thinking it could be delayed, it looks like it could come out this year. And we'll see.
I think that's a classic case of six of one, half a dozen of the other sort of thing. I know Rockstar will say that they are on track for it, and power to them for doing such a thing, but I do honestly think it's going to get delayed. A game that size, of that fidelity, just getting it to run on the consoles that it's launching on, I think, is going to be a challenge for them. And we saw how badly their other games have launched where they're just buggy and glitchy and don't run at all and all that sort of stuff. We don't want another Cyberpunk 2077 situation like we got with CD Projekt Red. So if you need to take the extra time, Rockstar, and actually launch a game that is exactly as people remember the old games being once you fix them, take your time. We'd much rather wait for it to be right than here.
TPG. I don't think so. GTA is not getting delayed to 2028.
That's a bit
Some
excessive. Maybe 2026.
some notable mentions, obviously, Snake Eater is going to be a big one that
Yeah.
comes out this year. A lot of people love the Doom franchise.
Yep.
Shadows is a big one for a lot of Assassin's Creed enthusiasts. We have Crimson Desert, which is it looks promising, and I hope it performs well. And then my big favorite of the year is going to be Night Rain from Elden Ring, and a lot of other notable mentions. Some of these, any of these you looking forward to next year, you think you'll be on top of?
I can't read it. It's too small on my screen, but I'm assuming Monster Hunter Wilds is on there. If it isn't, what
There
are
it
they
is.
doing? It's going to be an
Yes, it is.
incredible game. I think that's going to be my first big game purchase of 2025, Monster Hunter Wilds. Very much looking forward to that one. Had a great time in the beta. Wanted to drag a few people along, but Miss Phoenix was just like, you know what, I'll watch you guys play instead, which that's fair enough, I feel. But yeah, that's my big one. Then obviously Snake Eater, I'm really excited for, hugely excited for Ghost of Yotei. That has shot to the top of my most anticipated list. Don't much care about the Soulsborne titles, the From Software titles. They don't enamor me any. They feel like a grind for the sake of grinding, not fun in my book, but power to everybody who's looking forward to those. And I didn't like GTA 5, so I don't think GTA 6 is going to do anything for me. I'll go back and play Vice City instead.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned Monster Hunter Wilds. I had a back and forth with Cowboy this morning in his Discord. He was telling me that I should be on Monster Hunter Wilds, and I said I went in and I played the demo, and morally, I don't know if it's too much empathy, but I cannot play that game because it is cruel and unusual torture. Like the first mission had me go up to like these big three fluffy elephant things and just start attacking one to separate it from its pack. And once it was separated, I had to continue to beat it and kill it until it went back home. And then once it got back home, I then went on to like murder it. And I was just like putting my controller down because there was so much blood on my hands. I couldn't feel good about myself. So,
you do realize you can capture the monsters without killing them, right?
I'm not a hunter. I'm not a hunter. That's just what I discovered. I felt very very emotionally like strained doing that.
I absolutely love how it's a moral thing. How it's nothing to do with, like, as Miss Phoenix is saying in chat, that she's got limited brain power and all of these different trees that come off one another, where you have to go, how you have to fight, using your grapple at the same time as like dong bombs and all this sort of stuff. It's none of that that got to you. It's the, can I morally live with myself if I kill these animals and wear their skin for my next piece of armor, and then I go and kill more of them because I want fancier armor. I mean, it is morally questionable when you actually put it in those words, but in terms of the gameplay loop, like it is the original sort of looter shooter that people love now, just with swords and cool weapons rather than guns. And it is such a satisfying gameplay loop, especially with friends. If you can get up to 3 friends playing it with you, like with one friend, it's incredibly good fun. But if you get up to 3 playing with you, it's just a riot. It's an absolute riot. And generally, one person gets targeted constantly by the monsters, and it does tend to be me, which is why people like me going along with their parties.
Oh, there you go. And I will say, yeah, even in Red Dead Redemption, I only did the hunting that the game required me to do. I never went out of my way to go hunt down any of these animals. That's just not me. That's not me. I did the whole game without hunting.
Fair. You're not getting the platinum in that one, then.
No. But what do we have next here on the roster?